Hello and welcome to Blackboard Self-Paced Training. The Instructional Technology Center has been working hard to develop a self-paced course that can be accessed throughout the entire year. What better place to do it than Blackboard itself? So the training that you're going to learn about today is going to cover the basics, the intermediate, and some of the advanced things that you can do within the Blackboard system. Our basics are going to cover really just how to operate the system and manage it. The intermediate stage is going to give you a little bit more insight as to the tools that are available and some of the engagement options you will have for your students. And finally, in the advanced training, we're going to be adding scenarios that you can run through that go through common things that might happen within Blackboard and how you might want to set up your Blackboard course in those scenarios. The ITC will continue with its routine training at the beginning of each semester. Now, I know it's logistically impossible to attend some of those trainings, and sometimes it's just hard to retain some of that information. So self-paced Blackboard is going to be the answer to that, in that once you have access to the course, you're going to have access to all the modules and all the information that you're going to learn throughout the course. There's also a few areas that you can discuss some of the things that you're learning in the course with other members of the self-paced Blackboard training. So let's go ahead and jump in and start learning about Blackboard self-paced training.
Once you log into Blackboard, you're going to want to find the courses where you are a student and find Blackboard Self-Paced Training. Click on the link and you'll be in the Self-Paced Training. The very first thing you'll see is our welcome screen, give you a little bit more information about the course. It'll also give you information about the completion badges, which will eventually turn into certificates at the end of the course. And finally, we do have a discussion board where you can add threads and discuss various topics about Blackboard or ask questions to the ITC staff that is running the Self-Paced Blackboard. Now, let's take a look at this menu on the left before we jump into any of the specific areas here and talk about what we have. So we have an announcements area that will routinely be putting announcements about the course and information. Of course, we're already at the welcome screen. We have a Blackboard overview. This is going to be the starting point for everyone that enters into Self-Paced Blackboard. Then we're going to have the individual modules that you're going to have to go through to be able to graduate through this Self-Paced Blackboard training. And below those, you'll have your progress area. So we do have an area that you can take a look at the badges that you've earned, also the grades that you've been earning on your quizzes, just in case you don't get the 100% that you need to earn those master badges. You can at least take a look at them and see which ones you might need to take over if you want to unlock those master badges. And also a leaderboards. As we progress through this, we're going to start tracking some of the information of how many people have earned master badges and how many people have earned these basic badges, and post them in here so you kind of get engaged based on department who is earning the most. So we're not going to do it for individuals or anything like that, but you'll get a gauge on what department is earning the most master badges and is the most proficient in Blackboard. Below that, you'll have our support section where you can take a look at the discussion board, who you need to contact if you have any direct questions that cannot be answered in the discussion board, and of course a link to the Instructional Technology Center website. And so under that, we'll have the send email button where you can email the instructors of the course or the users of the course, and the BB tools button that you should not need to use, but we're going to leave it in there anyway. That just gives you some of the tools that are available within the course. So let's get into how you start taking self-paced Blackboard training. If you decide to click on getting started into Blackboard before going to what is Blackboard, you're going to be presented with an empty folder. Same thing for intermediate and advanced. Now the reason we do this is we need you to unlock specific things in a specific order, and the reason for that is everything's going to build on the prior stuff that you've learned, and some stuff you just need to learn first. So that's why you're going to unlock things as you go through this course. So we would start with what is Blackboard. You'd get a Blackboard overview review, and that's what we're looking at now. And finally, we're going to jump into important things to know before you start. So once you click on that title, you're going to get into the first module, get a little bit of overview, can take a look at our comic, and once you jump in, you'll be in the module for important things to know before you start. It's going to be separated in a table of contents, so you'll have to go through each of these items. You'll be able to watch the YouTube video that is embedded in each item. You'll also notice that many of our items have a PDF equivalent of the video. So if you like to read instead of watch the video, you can take a look at those PDFs. Most of our videos are pretty short and pretty sweet, so you can jump in there, learn what you need to learn, and jump right out. So as you progress through these different items, you'll be able to look and watch that video. And finally, at the end of your your modules, you'll find a quiz. So once you get to this stage, you'll notice that there's nothing underneath of it at this point, and you'll click to launch your quiz. So once you begin your quiz, you'll have unlimited attempts at this particular quiz. The goal here is to get 100% on the quizzes. If you do that, you're going to unlock a master badge. Now, if you get just a few of them right and you get over an 80%, then you're going to unlock our basics badge. Now, you have to get an 80% or above to progress to the next level. That's just going to show us that you are retaining the information that we're presenting in that particular module. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through this quiz for you so you can see what you're going to be doing throughout this course. So I'll begin my quiz, and you'll have all the instructions on the quiz and some other information. I'll let you read that one once you get to the quiz, but as you get to the quiz, you're just going to answer the questions. So I'm going to breeze through this one, answer a few questions. Now there's going to be a few different types of questions. Sometimes a question will have an image that's attached to it that you have to pick the right image as to what we're asking you about. Other times you'll be asked to click on an image as to where a particular tool is or not. So for this example, we're asking where the edit mode button is on this screenshot. And what you do is you'd highlight your mouse over where you think the edit mode button would be, click that area, and it's going to put a little coordinates on there. And so once you save and submit your quiz, it's going to ask you for a submission confirmation. Hit OK, and then it's going to give us all the information about your quiz. Now, one important thing to note is an OK button will always be appearing in the lower right hand corner of your screen. So look for that OK button if it seems like you're at a point where you can't really navigate anywhere else. You're going to want to navigate using that OK button. That's going to show you all the results of your quiz. So I got 3 points out of 3 points on this particular quiz. Scrolling down, I can review my answers, and once I hit OK again, I'll be right back in my module. But you're going to notice something. I unlocked a badge. So clicking on the badge will show me the badge, a little bit of information as to what that badge is about and why I earned it, and then it's going to give you some information as to where the next module will be. So we now can start on getting started with Blackboard. And if I go in there and go into the basics course, I unlocked the course. So now I can start getting started in Blackboard by going to the content menu and progressing through this particular module. So again, some information about the module itself, and now I'll jump back into the module and I'll go through these videos, and at the end I'll have another quiz that I can launch and add so that I can unlock my next module in Blackboard. So as you have any questions in this particular course, be sure to use the Who to contact, or jump into the discussion board, or again use the send email function. So thank you for joining and registering Self-Paced Blackboard, and we're excited to have you here. Good luck!